camp, camp. It's almost camp, camp. It's almost camp, camp. Camp Silo. Camp, camp. It's almost camp, camp. It's almost camp, camp. Camp Silo.
Thank you for being willing to volunteer your time at Camp Silo. We understand that it means sacrificing time, money, and energy, and we could not run Camp Silo without those who serve because of their love for God and Camp Silo. Just like you, I love Camp Silo, and I am excited to be able to volunteer at Camp Silo. First as a camper and then as a worker, I've been at Camp Silo every year since 2002. Plus, I worked a summer for another Christian camp. Over these years, many veteran staff members have shared some valuable information with me, and hopefully some of these ideas will be beneficial in making 2018 even better. As you know, camp is not about you or me as staff. We are not here for people to serve us. We are not to sit back and rest. Camp staff are here to be active with their campers and to serve them, impacting them for Christ and eternity. Here is a list of do's to keep in mind to help us with the goal of serving God and the campers. Be praying, both for your campers and for yourself. Pray that you will continue to draw closer to God and be usable for Him throughout the week and beyond. Pray for your campers, those who are unsaved, that their spiritual eyes will be opened, and those who are already saved, that they will draw closer to God as well. Be growing in your walk with God. A stagnant Christian cannot help others grow. Be a good example in word and in action. Campers are always watching. Be watchful. Keep your eyes open for campers who are alone or need a friend. See how you can help, maybe with counseling or including them in a group activity. Be sure that the campers get plenty of liquids. If the juice runs out, may it be the counselors who go without juice instead of the campers. Be enthusiastic. It is contagious. Be caring. Be thankful. Be firm, yet loving. Although children will often fight against rules, many children actually do want structure and the security or safety that comes from having rules. Remember that they may come from backgrounds with little or virtually no rules or structure, and they are craving the sense of stability that rules bring. Be willing to rotate responsibilities. Many times, one or a couple of staff members might end up helping with the same activity over and over again because no one else is doing the activity. Jump in. Give them a break so they can do something with their campers during that time. Be aiming to wear shoes or flip-flops at all times. This sets a good example for the campers to keep something on their feet for cleanliness and safety reasons, such as stepping on sharp objects. Here's a list of things to not do. Do not cloister together in groups of just staff consistently or for prolonged periods of time. Do not complain. This includes with the rules of camp, game rules, food, sudden changes of schedule, personalities of other people, or anything that may happen at camp. Do not argue with other staff, especially in front of campers. When they see staff arguing or talking behind each other's back, they will lose respect for you and for other authority figures at camp. Do not date. If you have a significant other at camp, besides a spouse, campers should see you together so seldom that they might not even know you are dating. We are here for the campers and not to be with other staff. In a counseling situation with a camper, it is advised to not promise the camper that you will not tell anyone about whatever it is they're sharing. For there may end up being times that you will have to seek help with the situation from a qualified staff member or to report something to the dean. Instead, say that you will not tell anyone that does not need to know about the situation. After lights out, do not let campers go to the restroom on their own. They will need some counselor with them between the cabin and the restroom for accountability reasons, so the campers aren't going to places they shouldn't go, as well as for safety reasons. Remember, with the camp cell phone policy, unless you are senior staff or over 18 years of age, you are not to use your cell phone. Even if you do have the privilege of using a phone at camp, please do not use it for social media or other non-camp related activities, with the exception of maybe some work-related needs. Senior staff and those over 18 years of age are allowed to use their cell phones, but junior staff, disc crew, and anyone who is a minor cannot have cell phones or other electronic devices at camp. Dress code. Follow the dress code. You may have different standards at your house, but for sake of modesty and unity, a camp-wide policy has been established. Do not bring clothing that is not in line with the expectations for camp. As stated on the registration form, quote, all garments must be modest, loose-fitting, no tank tops, and shorts must be within a hand width of knee, end quote. So any shorts that you may bring or that your campers are wearing cannot be any shorter than the width of your hand above your knee. If another staff member asks you to change in order to follow the dress standards, be respectful and change without complaint. Random tips, random tips, random tips, random tips, random tips, random tips. If getting advice from another staff member about how to deal with a certain camper or a certain situation, it may be advisable to not name the camper by name unless needed, and especially make sure the camper is not nearby. It may be easy to talk about the camper during shower time, because we think all the campers are back in their cabins. But you never know, that camper might have to enter the restroom building at that time, and hearing the voices carry over from the shower area, and hearing you talk about that camper's problem, it might ruin your chance to minister to that camper. If a camper wets their bed, there is a wash machine available on camp. As discreetly as possible, and hopefully without the other campers knowing, wash their bedding and get it all ready for the next night. Depending on your cabin, you as a counselor might consider quietly singing after lights out. It is amazing how this keeps them quiet. And although not all older campers will enjoy hearing you sing, I have been surprised with how many older campers have asked me to continue singing. If desired, write up a camp staff mission statement. You may even want to post it on the inside of your cabin door for campers to get to know you and to be inspired to learn from you. A head counselor challenged me with this idea back in 2016. You do not have to write some long, scholarly sounding answers. Just be honest. Just be real. If at all possible, please try to not have to take a camper out of a chapel service in order to use the restroom. Walking out disrupts the attention of all campers, and sometimes campers use the idea of needing to use the restroom as an excuse to just get out and walk around for a bit. Not leaving during chapel might not be possible for everyone, especially for really young campers. But during some staff training I received a couple years ago at another camp, the counselors were strongly encouraged to not let campers leave during chapel. Notify the cabin ahead of time that leaving chapel is not to be expected. If a camper says they need to use the restroom, ask them if they can wait 5 minutes. If they say yes, great. Wait a few minutes, and they might forget to re-ask. Even if they do ask again, encourage them to wait a little longer. If they say no, that they cannot wait, maybe tell them that we will have to wait anyways. If it is obvious that they do indeed have to go, then by all means do take them out. Be kind and firm with them that this is not to happen again. If you have campers who try to sneak out at night, here's a little trick I learned from an experienced counselor several years ago that might help wake you up if the campers try to sneak out. Lean a broom against the door by the hinges. When the camper opens the door, the broom falls to the floor, and with a bang on the floor, it notifies you and wakes you. It might not help everyone, but I know it has helped some counselors over the years. Here are some helpful suggestions of things so you might want to consider bringing. 3x5 cards. They work wonders for many purposes. They work great for writing a Bible verse and counseling with a camper. It is something tangible that the camper can hold on to and remember. They work great for writing the camper's names and taping them to the bunks to help you quickly learn their names. They work great for writing a personalized note to the campers, maybe on Friday night, so they have something from you to take home and remember their week of camp. Many campers treasure these notes, and it can help them remember the spiritual truths that they learned. Another suggested item to bring is a short welcome to camp form. Some counselors like to use these for their campers, although it's certainly not required. Watch out for pillow fights. I know growing up, you probably had lots of pillow fights, and they are a lot of fun. At a camp situation where we are accountable for the campers to be safe spiritually, physically, and emotionally, it might not be the wisest thing to have a pillow fight. In the ruckus and all the fun going on in the pillow fight, a camper might become accidentally injured, and a camper or a camper's family could blame the counselor or the camp for any injuries that may arise during the pillow fight.